Pokemon is something that I grew up with, both the anime and the video games, of course. I was playing these games from the Game Boy Color to even the Switch now. I've been playing every single generation since the beginning. And I, of course, couldn't be doing this video without one of my favorite Pokemon here, Pumpkaboo. You know, it's my woo. If you've seen my 3x3 Eyes video, you know what I mean by that and all that stuff. But yeah, we were excited to see that Jason Paige, the singer for the, at least in the US here, the Gotta Catch 'Em All theme for the very first season of Pokemon, the anime, was not only pressed on vinyl by the Film Harmonic Orchestra, who does, you know, a bunch of like film and video game stuff for orchestra and everything. They've done appearances in like video game awards and stuff like that, but they've made a 45 record. This is a 7-inch 45 RPM record with the Pokemon main theme on it, or at least the Pokemon main theme here on the US. I don't know if Gotta Catch 'Em All is something, you know, even outside of the US was played on the Pokemon anime. Let me know if you grew up with a different very first Pokemon main theme and all that stuff. But yeah, the Gotta Catch 'Em All theme, sung by Jason Paige, he's the voice in that song and everything, was doing signings on this little 7-inch record. And so of course I had to personalize it, you know, get it made out to me, and I had him write music in anime is awesome because that's just a fact. And it also doubles as the channel name, you know, so kind of a double thing there. There's not too many things that I have that I absolutely want to frame. This is definitely one of them that I have to get a frame for and stuff like that. And it's pressed on red vinyl, which is just perfect, you know. And on one side there, you know, he signed that and did a little drawing there as well, a heart so true, some of the lyrics there. And on the other side we have a Pokemon montage, which is just you know, music from the video game recreated by the orchestra. It's got the intro music when you first boot up the Game Boy Color game and all that stuff. And yeah, but this was a super limited thing. I tweeted it out a while ago as it was still available and stuff like that, so let me know if you were one of the lucky ones who got one of these as well. But I thought to celebrate this little release here and everything, they say that everyone has a favorite Pokemon, and I'm sure everyone out there has at least played one Pokemon game, and if you haven't, that's totally fine. But I wanted to quickly go through every generation, share what starter I chose, one of my favorite Pokemon from that generation, and one of my favorite tracks from that game as well. You can also participate in the comments below if you want to share your starters, your favorite Pokemon, and your favorite tracks from the games as well. Welcome to Music and Anime. My name is Ab, and first, as always, the song of the day, which comes to us from Larry2025, who says, "Beautiful Dreamer, the Tsukimichi ending. Keep up with your videos. I really love them." Thank you for the kind words, Larry, and thank you even more for sharing that song, because I like the song and I like the band as well. I looked into them after you shared that, and the song is by Ezochika Gourmet Club, and I really, really do enjoy listening to this band. They give me Radwimps vibes and everything, and yeah, I mean, there's a lot of their songs are just so enjoyable. Like, you can listen to any album, any song of theirs, and you're gonna have a good time. I really do like it. And what I enjoy even more is the Romaji in the fandom page. It's Beautiful Dorima. It's great, and I can say that forever. Beautiful Dorima. But thank you for sharing that with us, Larry, and if you wanted to share your favorite anime opening, ending, or music in a series, just comment down below with Song of the Day, and you can see it in a future video. So from each generation of Pokemon, your favorite starter, your favorite Pokemon, and a favorite track as well. I have surrounded myself with a lot of Pokemon stuff, and I got quite a bit to get through in this video, so just starting with Generation 1, the Kanto region, you know? Let me know which Gen 1 game you've played. I actually have Pokemon Red on the original Game Boy. I do not know where my game is, and I am super concerned about that, but no matter which version of this game that I play, I'm picking a Bulbasaur. Sometimes I don't even evolve Bulbasaur to, you know, Ivysaur and all that stuff. I just keep it as a Bulbasaur throughout. Yeah, but Bulbasaur, my first gen starter. But my absolute favorite Pokemon in Gen 1 is Kabutops. Kabutops, I'm a huge fossil type Pokemon fan. There's Scyther, which looks awesome and all that stuff, has the same kind of blades for hands type thing, but he's just got a very cool look to him, I think. But yeah, my favorite track in the game is the intro music, like when you boot up the game, and then it's just that music, super iconic, you know, it gets you super ready for the game, it hypes you up. Just the whole thing with Gengar fighting the Nidorino, and just the whole, the jump attack thing, it's just iconic, it's classic, it is, yeah. super awesome. But an honorable mention track, Lavender Town, you know, that creepiest music of all Pokemon history, you know? Let me know if you're still unsettled by that track. I've always liked it. It's always been like neat to me, you know? Maybe I'm weird. But going on to Gen 2, the Johto region and all that, we got Pokemon Soul Silver, Pokemon Heart Gold, you know? And of course, there's obviously the original Gold, Silver, and Crystal versions of the game. These are definitely the way to play it though. I remember when I pre-ordered them forever ago, they came with figures. They came with a Lugia and Ho-Oh figure. I have no idea where those went and everything. I moved and I don't know what happened. But before I get carried away, the starter I chose for this generation, it started off with Totodile for a while. Totodile was such a funny Pokemon in the anime and everything, the way he sounds and everything. And that's, you know, ultimately what made me choose Totodile in the first place. But not the biggest fan of Feraligatr. So yeah, when I saw Meganium, I easily switched over to Chikorita every single time I replayed the game. I do wish that its evolutionary chain looked a bit different. You know, Bayleaf and Meganium, they look a little too similar, but you know, it's totally fine. My favorite Pokemon in this generation though, and legendaries are not banned here, so yeah, it's Lugia. Lugia is definitely my favorite Pokemon in this generation, and the movie has every bit to do with that. Pokemon the Movie 2000. I'm so happy I have this steelbook. In this movie, if you haven't seen it, he has his own theme. Like, he has this, like, he makes these whale-like noises, you know, whales, they sing underwater, you know, and all that stuff, and utilizing that for Lugia and the melody of this song. If you haven't heard it, the flute that the character in the movie plays alongside Ash and all that stuff, I've always loved it. Always loved it. I'll link it in the description below if you've never heard it before or anything. It's easily one of my favorite tracks to come out of this generation of Pokemon. But in terms of the game, the bicycle theme, I mean, who doesn't love that bicycle theme? You know, it's the best bicycle theme out of any of the games. It's just so fun. Definitely the best track. I can't think of any other one that really comes to mind to top that one, so at least for me. But just one more thing before going on to Gen 3, I Am 8-Bit had actually released a vinyl record with some of the Johto music on vinyl. They have one where one record is gold and the other record is silver, and that's the one that I have my eyes on, and the other one, I'm forgetting the colors, but it was like a split. I'll have a picture of it here, but those definitely exist. They are out there. I will one day have that gold and silver one in my collection, guarantee you that. Now going on to Generation 3, Sapphire and Ruby came out at just like the best time for me as a kid to play these games. I actually still have Pokemon Emerald. I have it in my Game Boy Advance SP that I've customized to look like the one in Anohana. If you've seen Anohana, you've definitely seen this color scheme on the Game Boy Advance SP. In Anohana, they have Pokemon Emerald basically in the game, or you know, Sapphire and Ruby, and it's called Nokemon, of course. What a beautiful thing. My starter, though, was Mudkip, the cutest of the three, easily. At first, I wasn't crazy about Sceptile, but then something he just really grew on me. I don't know what it was, and the more I've played the game, I now pick Trico. One of my favorite Pokemon in this generation, though, another fossil type, Armaldo. But I can already feel you guys thinking, well, Ab, how was your favorite Pokemon from the Hoenn region not Absol? Absol, which was one of the main Pokemon in the movie Pokemon Jirachi Wishmaker. I have spent probably the most time on the extras in this DVD here, because the song that plays at the credits of this movie, you can listen to and see like a music video of it. The song is called Make a Wish, and you might think it cheesy, you might think it like whatever, but I found not only the lyrics to be inspirational, but just the song itself, it's so good, and I've listened to it many times when I was younger. I've listened to it in preparation for this video just because like pulling this out and remembering it and all that stuff. I still absolutely love it. It's super nice. My favorite track in the game, though, the end credits music in the game as well. What do you know? End credits there and here too. But yeah, just the ending theme for the game. And I can't recall if in Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby, if they've kept that as the ending theme for this one. I cannot recall that. I'll have a note of it here or something like that. But that is Gen 3 going on to Gen for the Sinnoh region with Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. Pokemon Diamond was the first one that I went with because Dialga just looks super cool. A lot of awesome lore to come out of this generation as well. But my starter for these games was Turtwig. And maybe you're seeing a trend here. If it's a grass type, maybe I lean towards, you know, the grass type starter, and that is absolutely true. But one of my favorite Pokemon to come out of this generation is Leafeon, one of the new evolutions that came out for this generation. Leafeon's definitely my favorite evolution. It was Umbreon for a while, but definitely like Leafeon, then Umbreon, and the rest, whatever. So which evolution is your favorite? My favorite track in the game though is the lake theme. It's got the, you know, those high notes kind of climbing down, just these very nice chords. It's a very smooth track, and yeah. Moving on to Gen 5 though, Black and White. This one stylistically was very out there. Like the way the game looked, it was like, damn, Pokemon is stepping it up right now. Like the game had such a cool style to it, like that three-dimensional pixelated art and everything. But the starter I chose, surprise, surprise, Snivy. Snivy just emits classical music, you know? It's got that very proper stature and everything to it. I really like that. But aside from Meloetta, it's a music-based Pokemon and everything. It's an inappropriate choice for favorite Pokemon of this generation for this channel and everything. But for me, one of my favorite Pokemon of this generation is Gigalith. It's just a badass pile of rocks, you know? As for my favorite track, Riftvale City is a freaking bop and a half, but I gotta give it to Accumula Town. And not for the Furret Walk. I had no idea the Furret Walk was even a thing until I listened through these soundtracks to kind of remind myself, oh yeah, this, that, whatever, this track and everything. And then I found out that the Furret Walk was a thing. I'm like, okay, that's... Sure. If you don't know what the Furret Walk is, it's literally Furret, the Pokemon, their walking animation that you can see like on the Pokedex entry or something. That with Accumula Town's music played on top of it. Like that's really it. No, but I genuinely find it catchy, and a super cool thing about that town, if I'm remembering it's that town, they add music into the town's tracks. You talk to the pianist and he'll add some piano into the music, and then you talk to, I think, a bassist and he'll just add the bass onto the track, and it's just so cool to be able to like add the music in that way in the game. I thought that was super neat. But going on to the 6th generation here, Pokemon X and Y. One very cool thing about X and Y that I thought was just the best thing that Pokemon has done for the longest time, the incorporation of Mega Evolution. That was such a cool thing. To temporarily evolve your Pokemon within a battle, I just thought that was the coolest thing. To change a Pokemon's typing as well out of nowhere, and I don't know why they didn't stick with that, but hey, that's just me, you know. Let me know if you also like Mega Evolution or whatever. But my starter, I chose Chespin, and I was not impressed with his 3rd evolution. You see what I did there? I'm terrible. But aside from the starters, I'm sure that you know Pumpkaboo here is easily my favorite Pokemon in this generation. Pumpkaboo didn't start off as my favorite Pokemon the first time I saw it, though. The first time I saw Pumpkaboo in the game, I was like, that's a cute-ass Pokemon. It's a pumpkin cat? Like, I mean, freaking adorable. But it wasn't until I actually saw this plush that I absolutely fell in love with Pumpkaboo as just a Pokemon and everything. I think it's one of the cutest Pokemon, and it also being a ghost type and everything, you know, spooky season. I love Halloween and all that stuff, so, you know. There were a couple of tracks that I kind of can't, they're all great tracks to me, you know. The first one, Santaloon Forest. This one has like a kind of Ghibli vibe to it. Like if Joe Hisaishi made music for a Professor Layton riddle, I feel like that's what this track is. I could kick back and solve some riddles to this music or whatever. That's it. That's what that kind of tone is for me. I really like that sound. Lumio City is another great track, and Snowbell City is just elegant. It's a very elegant sounding track. So those are those 3 tracks for Pokemon X and Y there. But moving on to Sun and Moon, which is easily my least favorite Pokemon game ever because of how handholdy this game was, and also just your rival wasn't a rival at all. Every time the dude popped up, it was just like, at least make a decent battle, you know? You just always wipe the floor with him, you know? Gary, who wasn't named Gary in the original game, this dude was never a joy. He would always pop up in random parts of the game where your party was always just like, bro, I haven't even healed anyone yet. I had no idea this was happening, and it always felt great kind of digging yourself out of those tough battles and stuff like that before, and now it's just like, they made it too easy. But aside from my small rant there, I chose Rowlet as my starter for this one. His third evolution, Decidueye, I think was the only hooded Pokemon. I can't think of another Pokemon that has like a hood or something on it. But my favorite Pokemon in this generation is Golisopod. That Pokemon's design reminded me a lot of the Leviathan in the movie Atlantis. It's very just, maybe I'm dating myself quite a bit. But as for my favorite track in Sun and Moon though, Have a Break at the Cafe. This is just super chill music, and I'm a sucker for e-piano, you know? It's a very chill music to actually have a break at the cafe. It's a very, very fitting title for very fitting music for that. It's great. Going on to the most current generation here, Generation 8, Pokemon Sword and Shield. My starter, Grookey Gang over here, you know, and again, not surprising, another grass type, you know. My favorite Pokemon to come out of this generation, though, is Regieleki. I really do enjoy the Regis in general. There's a movie with the Regis in it. I still haven't seen it yet. I love the whole idea of the Regis and all that stuff, and I really haven't seen that movie. I should get to it. But my favorite track in Sword and Shield is kind of similar to like Sun and Moon, to like the boutique and the salon music and stuff like that. It's really the only ones that really stuck out to me in this game. Please share with me the starters you chose in your journeys, as well as your favorite Pokemon and especially your favorite music from the video games or even the anime as well. I'm really curious to know if Gotta Catch 'Em All is the opening that you grew up with. Please let me know that. I'm again really curious to know that. So keep on listening to the music that make this franchise so great. I will see you in the next video. Thank you.